This is St. Louis Cardinals baseball, and tonight from AT&T Park in San Francisco. It's game number 2 of the 4-game set. The St. Louis Cardinals and the San Francisco Giants. Jim Hayes is here. That's the Cardinals Hall of Famer Tim McCarver. I'm Dan McLaughlin, and welcome to Cardinals baseball. We get a chance to see a Major League debut tonight, and that's Jack Flaherty.
Jack Flaherty, the thrill of first anything is great, but particularly a Major League Baseball start for the first time.
And on the other side, it's the veteran, 10 years older than Jack Flaherty. That's Johnny Cueto. Last time the Cardinals saw him, he pitched to Jim.
You know, it's interesting with Cueto. It's almost like a first time out for him, too. It's been 45 days since he's toed the rubber, so we'll see how his control is.
Johnny Cueto, Jack Flaherty, pair of right-handers. The defense in Game 1, very good for St. Louis. Does it carry over in Game 2? We're about to find out. Giants and Cardinals coming up on Fox Sports Midwest. Back in San Francisco tonight, it is game number 2 of the 4-game set. In mere moments, a major league debut for Jack Flaherty, the 21-year-old for the Cardinals. What about his approach in pitching in this game tonight and overall?
I think it's just the confidence, you know, to be able to go out and throw what I want and be able to work counts and put the count in my favor and go out and attack hitters. It's just a kind of a change in mentality and a change in, you know, how I went about things. Just seeing how these guys went about their business in spring training kind of helped, and seeing that every day there was something that they needed to work on or they went out with a plan, and I think that's really helped me throughout the season.
Jack Flaherty getting the start tonight for St. Louis. Randall Grichuk in the lineup. Back-to-back games with long balls. Baseball is coming up. Baseball is brought to you by Bud Light, famous among friends. By Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. Find yours at your local Mid-America Chevy dealer. By Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less. Along with Tim McCarver, I'm Dan McLaughlin. Jim Hayes is here as well. This will be the hottest start, literally temperature-wise, in the history of AT&T Park tonight.
Get out of here. Good going.
And that's for a game that's 7 o'clock or later.
Wow. Not only that, but smoke-clad also.
There's Johnny Cueto. The highest ever was 84. It's 88 right now. It hit over 100 degrees in the city today. 109
in Napa.
Woo. It's hot.
The reason I said smoke-clad is that the forest fires and the fires in the beautiful redwood forest up around Eureka, all the wind is blowing from the north to the south, and you can really feel it and you can see it out in San Francisco Bay. Instead of clearly seeing a freighter, there's smoke-clad looking at the freighter.
So Colton Wong will lead it off. A different looking lineup here tonight. Tommy Pham dealing with the sore hand and thumb that we picked up with the slide at second base last night. Matt Carpenter, he drops down to the cleanup spot. They say it's 93 degrees here, or game time temperature. So hot night.
Unheard of.
Colton Wong, a .240 career hitter as a leadoff man. He's done it 57 times this year. Little squibber hit to short, tough play. The throw at first and out. Brandon Crawford, one of the game's best at short.
That's a real good play by Crawford because that ball had a lot of spin on it. I think they may review this. That spin took Crawford toward third. Couldn't get a lot on the throw. He looked out. Yeah, Wong retreating to the dugout.
You see the yellow wristbands and ribbons, and some of the players wearing cleats with gold on them. It's a league-wide initiative to raise awareness for cancer with young kids, pediatric cancer.
That is wonderful.
This is Harrison Bader. So yellow with the wristbands, the ribbons he'll be wearing, some of the shoestrings you'll see are gold and yellow. Major League Baseball's done a nice job using their platform to raise awareness as Bader hits it out to deep right field, backing up Hunter Pence on the track and makes the catch. The defense for the Giants: Parker, Span, and Pence in the outfield. Tomlinson, Crawford, Panic, and Jones on the infield. Posey behind the plate. And Around the Horn is presented by Dobbs. It brings in Paul DeYoung. Jim will have an update. If you missed the pregame show on the new additions for the Cardinals here, expanded roster in September. Just saw Bader. We'll see Jack Flaherty make his major league debut tonight.
One thing the Cardinal hitters will not see is a regular windup from Johnny Cueto. He's all over the place out there, but his control remarkable. Only walked 41 this year.
Reason that it's gotten to this level is that when he was in Cincinnati, his left front side would fly way open and the ball would get up, and so they taught him to turn towards center field, and now it's just taken on a life of its own.
And they're quick pitch hitters, as he did then to Paul DeYoung.
1 ball and 2 strikes on the Cardinals shortstop. Made a dazzling play in game 1 deep in the hole. So Cueto returns from the DL tonight to make his first start since July 14th. Initially placed on the disabled list, he had a blister issue. Then he suffered a flexor strain during a rehab start at the end of July. And when he's on, boy, he's a tough customer.
That's amazing with all the varied deliveries that he has, that his control can be that good.
I think he'd get out of whack pretty easily.
Yeah. Or have more growing pulls.
He has dealt with that in the past, too.
A lot of movement in the lower body for Johnny.
The 2-2. That's in the dirt. You think about what could have been this year for the Giants. It's been a really tough year for them, clearly. Offensively, can't get anything going, but Bruce Bochy was thinking, well, my 1-2 punch is Cueto and Madison Bumgarner. They've only combined to make 32 starts and 9 wins this year. And a 2-out walk.
I talked to Mad Bum, his nickname, Madison Bumgarner, about the possibility of starting either tomorrow or Sunday. He said, I think I'm tuning it up on Sunday. He was taking extra hitting today. You talk about a violent swing. He's got the most violent swing of any pitcher I've ever seen.
He had 2 home runs on opening day.
Yeah.
He's had 2 grand slams in his career.
Right.
He's been used as a pinch hitter.
Sure.
He can flat out hit.
He can.
So Carpenter in the cleanup spot. First time hitting 4th this year. He's only had 15 plate appearances in his career in this spot in the lineup. And the 0-1. 0-2 the count on Carpenter. Dexter Fowler, tough numbers against Johnny Cueto, including the postseason. 3 for 16 with 8 strikeouts, so they give him, at least initially, the night off against this right-hander, and we may see him before the night is through.
Dexter Fowler, a switch hitter, and Cueto can be tough on left-handers.
You think of Johnny Cueto and you're a Cardinal fan, it's hard not to think about the big brawl in Cincinnati a few years ago. Brandon Phillips started it with Yadier Molina. Those two went head-to-head. The bench is cleared, and it was an old-fashioned brawl. Cueto at the back of the screen, kicking, punching, shoving, and now picks up a strikeout. The Major League debut of Jack Flaherty is coming up. '21-year-old Jack Flaherty, a first-round pick by the Cardinals back in 2014, 34th overall pick out of Harvard Westlake High School in Los Angeles. The nerves, the emotions, the fun of making a Major League debut.
Well, if you're catching a young man like this, first time out there, you try to use the middle of the plate if you're Yachty. You don't start out on the corners with breaking balls, nothing in the corners. Use the fat part of the plate until he settles in first time through the order.
Wearing number 32.
Steve Carlton's old number.
There you go. He may be joining you, by the way, in the Cardinals Hall of Fame. I think there's a good shot. I think he would welcome that too.
First man to strike out 19 or more in 1969, September 15th of that year, and he lost the game 4-2 on two-run home runs by Ron Swoboda. Final score 4-3 Mets. You knew it was the Mets year after that night. I mean, come on.
It's hard to do.
Strikes out 19 and you lose.
Here's Denard Span, the first pitch for Flaherty in the big leagues. A fastball and a strike. And they throw that baseball out. Now he can take a little bit of a deeper breath and relax at first pitch under his belt, and away we go. Cardinals so high on him. Made a big jump this year. Looked really good in spring training. You know, sometimes you say he looked the part. He looked the part. Carried himself differently. His body type had changed.
Very important, Dan.
Yeah.
Very important.
Looked like he belonged. Here's a 1-1. And it's 1-2. Span is over his last 8. And already Tom Woodring, the home plate umpire, hearing it from the Giant faithful.
Yeah, you saw Denard Span, even with his left hand, saying the ball was up. Umpires don't like that gesticulating with either hand.
Here's a 1-2.
All fastballs so far from Flaherty.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Think about the different roads to get to the big leagues. Denard Span, the 20th overall pick in 2002. Then he spent 7 years in the minors. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Welcome to the big leagues, Jack Flaherty. First man he sees, it's a strikeout.
Dan, that looked like a changeup. Might have been a curveball that backed up, stayed in the middle of the plate. Certainly an off-speed pitch after 4 fastballs. May have been a backup slider, perhaps.
Any way you want to look at it, he'll take it. A moment that he's been dreaming of in his life. And that pitch taken high by Kelby Tomlinson. He's at third base tonight. Pablo Sandoval is 0 for his last 23. High fly ball out to right. That's Piscotty, the Bay Area native, making the catch, and there's 2 away. The Giants lineup: Span, Tomlinson, and now Panic. Then Posey, Crawford, Pence, Parker, Jones, and the pitcher Johnny Cueto. Panic at second base tonight. And the first pitch, a ball. Occasionally you'll see Jack Flaherty hit 96. He's not overpowering, but when right in the minor leagues, a lot of strikes, doesn't walk many. He's 14-4, 2.18 ERA this year, 25 starts between Springfield and Memphis. And the 1-1.
Immediately with Flaherty, you like that extension. He's 6'4", 225 pounds, and that extra inch or 2 means a lot to a pitcher.
2-2.
Ball's on top of the hitters before they're ready for it. That 1 or 2 inches can make a difference.
Thing about Tim Lincecum on this mound and getting the most out of his size and his body with extension. Not a big guy, but the way he would drive off the pitching rubber.
Only 5'9".
2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. First inning in the books for Jack Flaherty, and he strikes out 2. A 1-2-3. Not a bad way to break in.
No. Every edge they can on the way to the mound. Johnny Cueto, we noticed, about halfway between the mound and the line turned toward Tom Woodring, the home plate umpire, saying, if you're going to give him that high pitch, you got to give it to me too. You may remember the 1-1 pitch to Span. That was a high strike. Cueto wants it too.
Good catch. Here's Yadier Molina. And Yadi hits it in the air down the left field line. Jared Parker is over near the sidewall, and it's out of play. Right now, this time of night, especially with the haze and the smoke, really tough to pick up the baseball.
Absolutely. This is known as the gloaming period. Famous home run in Chicago Cub history, the homer and the gloaming.
There's strike 2, and that caught Posey. He says he's all right, nothing at 2.
I think Gabby Harton had hit that ball in Chicago in 1938. And the reason it was the homer and the gloaming, there were no lights at that time. And he hit it around 6 o'clock. They ended up postponing the game, and the Cubs won later on. A big win for them later on to win the pennant that year.
And speaking of the Cubs, they win today behind John Lackey.
Again.
Starting to get really hot.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2. Pitch taken high by Molina. Johnny Cueto, a 31-year-old from the Dominican Republic. Cardinals know him quite well and vice versa. The 1-2 pitch. His last rehab start was on Sunday for Single-A San Jose. He threw 72 pitches. Bruce Bochy said he likely won't be pushed past 90 tonight, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Think about that. San Jose's got to be the largest Class A city in the country.
Sure. Here's a 1-2. Yadi went down to get it, and a fly ball into center. Denard Span with the catch. In steps Piscotty, used as a pinch hitter last night and singled up the middle. This time going forward, I think it's very important for every player, but certainly Stephen Piscotty, go into the offseason with something positive to build upon.
With a good taste in your mouth.
Sure.
After this miserable year. Awful. And the personal problems with his mom having been discovered with ALS.
Here's a 1-0. Let's face it, it's a results-driven business. The Cardinals are loaded with outfielders in the minor leagues coming up.
Yes.
The 2-0. Ground ball that's hit to short. Two away, and it brings in Greg Garcia. Cardinals have added Alberto Rosario as their third catcher. Came up last year after all those years in the minor leagues and picked up a base hit in Milwaukee. So many bus rides. It was one of the best moments of the year. Going down the first base line, pumping his fist in the air. A dream realized. Cueto, look what I found. Off the bat of Garcia, flips to first, and a 1-2-3. Top of the second. Jack Flaherty back to the mound when we come back. Fowler on the left. Pham not in the lineup, out with a sore hand and thumb. More on that. Let's check in with Jim.
Dan, Tommy jammed his right thumb sliding into second base last night. It was sore, but he played through it. He told me he thought it'd be fine, but he woke up this morning, the thumb was swollen and was still very sore. He also told me he got to the ballpark early today, had like 2 hours of treatment, but still he couldn't grip a bat. Pham says he doesn't think it's anything serious. He told me he expects to be back in the lineup tomorrow. He also said he really likes hitting here. He told me it's a big outfield, Dan, and there are a lot of hits in the gaps out there.
On base 4 times last night. There's a base hit for Buster Posey. Jim, before we let you go, the call-ups for the Cardinals today as rosters have expanded. Who's up, who's down?
Mejia is up. Alcantara is up. He's an electric flamethrower. Michael Gurr says you'll see him throw 100 miles an hour. Flaherty, of course, was on the list. Bader gets called up and is immediately inserted into the outfield, Dan. And so the Cardinals have 5 guys. Michael Gurr said it was a tough call to bring up certain guys. He said, but when the season is so good at Memphis, you want to let those guys go into the playoffs. He said they're all for letting players have some playoff experience. And he said as we go through September, other guys might be called up as well.
All right, Jimmy, thanks. Here is Brandon Crawford, who hit a home run last night, and it was overturned on a ball that he hit down the right field line. And Major League Baseball has acknowledged that they messed up the call. They went to replay in New York, and clearly the understanding of the ground rules, we knew it to an extent, found out more about it today. They did not know it looking at the replay. So there is a awning, if you will, right there. It's the yellow, and you see how far that extends out. That's 3 or 4 feet. Even though it's not yellow, that is considered, if it hits that little awning part on top of the brick, that's considered a home run. So it should have been a 2-run homer for Crawford. And Bruce Bochy was tormented with the idea, do I protest this game? Would I rather see a home run? Would I rather?
Matter.
You know, do
it's
I?
the 9th inning.
And he's saying, you know what? I'd rather have my guy at second base. I understand he wants to hit a home run, but we want to keep the rally going.
Said it was unfavorable in the dugout. He was the only guy who wanted to.
That's well hit into the gap in right center field, and that ball is gone. A long home run into Triples Alley.
That's a home run over the farthest part of the ballpark. Right to the left of the 421 sign. A ball down and in, which is lethal to left-handed batters. Looked like a slider just hanging there right to the left of the 421 sign, right under Sports Bay area, as the Giants take the lead.
It's a long home run. He's been red hot too. His 11th extra base hit in the last 16 games. Here's Hunter Pence hitting just 188 in his last 10. 2-0 now, Giants. Home run for Crawford, number 13. Soft liner just over to Young into left. 3 consecutive hits for the Giants here in the bottom of the second. Cardinals defensively tonight with Grichuk, Bader, Piscotty in the outfield, Garcia, DeYoung, Wong, and Carpenter on the infield. Yadier Molina behind the plate. Around the horn presented by Dobbs.
Jack Flaherty looking for a ground ball here. Get back on track. Get a ground ball double play and kind of forget about that 2-run home run. But boy, that ball was really smacked.
That's legit.
Thing about that ball down and in, you don't need extension on that swing. You just drop the bat head on it like a golf swing.
So runner at first, still nobody out. Jared Parker missed nearly 100 games this year with a fractured right clavicle. He's at left field tonight. He made a nice diving catch in game 1. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Jack Flaherty, the 34th overall pick in 2014. Third player from the high school, Harvard Westlake High School in LA, to make his major league debut this year. There's a fly ball into left field. Grichuk with the catch. The other two, Max Fried of Atlanta and Nick Turley of the Twins. Bruce Bochy, the Toyota keys to the game. It's been a long year in many ways, wins and losses, but especially with their offense. As a matter of fact, their last 7 games, they're averaging barely over a run. Here's Ryder Jones. And a breaking ball that drops in for a strike.
Great name for any hitter, Ryder Jones, or a pitcher for that matter. Show him your rider.
Here's the 0-1. Pulled into right field. Pence on his way to third. And the throw not in time. The aggressive base running of Hunter Pence.
He did it last night with 1 out. Whenever you try to go to third base and it's the 2nd out, it's permissible if you're thrown out because you've taken a worthy chance. Giants with a 2-run lead. Hunter Pence, good base running. How many times have we seen that from the Cardinals this year? Try none.
He may be out. That left foot popped up off the bag, and the Cardinals may want to challenge this.
I think you're right, Dan. But still, it's a worthy chance. But I think you got to challenge it, don't you?
I would.
But Mike Matheny's not. He's talking about the bunt right now. Could be a safety squeeze if it's bunted to the right side of the infield. Hunter Pence can read that very well. We'll see what Cueto does. I'm surprised they're not challenging that.
I'm with you. 1 out and runners at first and third. Here's another look at the play at third. Watch the left foot. It gets in first, but then it pops off the bag. Is the glove still on the body? Tag is there. Pops up. He's out.
He's out. That challenge has been won all year.
Here's a 1-0. Again showing bunt. 1 ball and 1 strike, especially with a rookie on the mound. Take your chance there.
Wow, of course.
Then it's out number 2. You got a runner at first and the pitcher up. Carpenter racing in from first base. Strike number 2 on Cueto. Has 3 sacrifices this year. Swinging the bat, just 3 for 35.
The way you beat that play is you take off from first. Ryder Jones not an experienced runner. But if you take off from first with the first baseman, there's nobody behind you. Second baseman's got to stay put.
And now the 1-2. Strikeout for Flaherty, his 3rd of the night, and it brings in Denard Span. So here is Span, who struck out First time up. Second year with San Francisco, his 10th major league season, 0 for his last 9. Well, I'm still surprised they did not challenge.
I am too.
A lot of times managers early in a game, they'll maybe save that challenge, especially if they feel when they're behind they're going to score some runs, get back into a game. But with a rookie on the mound and the potential to get out of the inning, it's surprising.
And a runner on at third, a good base runner like Pence with less than 2 outs.
Here's the 0-1. Up the middle and a base hit into center. 3-0 San Francisco.
Funny thing about Span, he's in a slump, but not with runners in scoring position. Batting .340 with runners in scoring position. So delivering once again a ground ball that finds a hole. Another breaking ball. Remember the breaking ball that Brandon Crawford hit, little hanging down and in breaking ball.
Tim, this is a team that with runners in scoring position, this is where they really have struggled here recently. They came in 12 for their last 77. That's a 156 average. Take it even further. In their last 7 games, 119 in those spots. Just not scoring runs. But a 3 spot here put up early. Kelby Tomlinson. He fly to right his first time up. Runners at first and third.
So far we've talked about the extension of Flaherty. That's good. But the breaking ball appears flat. That's so far.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Missed in. 1 ball and 1 strike. First pitch strikes for Flaherty tonight. 5 of 11 pitching behind in the count. You were doing some numbers before the game about when a hitter has 2 strikes on him, and the pitcher this season is dominating in those spots.
Well, a pitcher always dominates on. There's 1 300 hitter this year. One. Zach Cozart of Cincinnati, who is hitting 300 on the nose going into tonight's play with 2 strikes on him. The average will tell you. 177 with 2 strikes. You talk about the advantage of a pitcher staying ahead and getting 2 strikes on a hitter. Now think about that. The average for major league hitters with 2 strikes is 177.
Even more incentive to pitch ahead in the count.
Right.
The 2-1 pitch to Tomlinson. 2-2. So the last 2 years, 2 strikes on a batter. Tim mentioned it, 177 this season, 176 a year ago. You get the idea. I mean, paltry numbers, get ahead in the count. The 2-2, runner goes and just got a piece of it.
It used to be that with 2 strikes on a hitter, that their home run possibility went way down because guys knew how to protect the plate, either choking up on the bat or thinking the other way, something like that. You take away his power by getting 2 strikes. 0-2, 1-2. But not today. Hitters appear not to care whether they're 2 strikes or not.
Slowly hit to short. DeYoung charging and makes the play. 2-run homer by Crawford and a 2-out single by Denard Span to drive in a run. 3-0 as we head to the third. And 3 runs for the Giants. 3-0 our score. Randall Grichuk, Jack Flaherty, and Colton Wong coming up. Arcia in the driver's seat. Highest on base percentage, leading off an inning. The Cardinals at .338. One of the storylines this year with Johnny Cueto, and it's coming up. He can opt out of his contract. He has 4 years, $84 million remaining on his deal. And most believe he is not going anywhere.
Why would you leave the toughest park to hit a home run
Yep.
in baseball? Why would you leave that? With all that money coming in? Because you really take a chance on whether you can get that kind of money from somebody else. You know, bird in the hand type deal.
You bet. Grichuk to shortstop Brandon Crawford, and there's one away. So Matt Cain took the loss filling in for Bumgarner last night. He's now lost 10 straight decisions. Only Giants pitcher to lose 10 consecutive. Bill Lorman in 1940. He did that. Longest streak since Shelby Miller with Atlanta in 2015. 16 games he lost in a row. Longest ever, Anthony Young, 27.
I was working for the Mets at that time, Dan, and I had a chance to do most of those games by Anthony Young.
Often
talk about a guy who was just killed by the slider. That slider, that cement mixer. Whew.
Well, often overlooked in that run was the fact that he did convert 12 straight save opportunities, filling in for John Franco.
Unbelievable.
One and 2. First plate appearance for Flaherty.
Limited time in the minors hitting, 3 for 20 his young career this year.
The 2-2. Hit out of play. We've had the opportunity to see a lot of debuts this year. It's one of my favorite things to do, is to call a
debut.
I bet, yeah. It's very exciting.
It is.
But it's a bad sign at the same time. You got too many younger players coming up. That means things are not going with the guys who are not younger players, going well for them.
Really a youth movement right now with the Cardinals when you
Yes.
look at the potential of their rotation next year. You do have the veteran Adam Wainwright coming back along with Martinez, but Luke Weaver, Flaherty. Three and two.
Cueto wanted that pitch. Thought it was a strike. It was close.
Missouri Lottery Fox Tracks
Miss.
close but did miss.
Yep.
3-2. Well, the one thing you got to keep in mind is that the Giants bullpen recently has been awful. 13 earned runs in the past 11 1/3. That's a 10.32 ERA. Cueto for Bruce Bochy probably doesn't go all that deep in this game. You'd get into that bullpen. Grounder hit to short, backing up Crawford from the outfield grass. Out number 2.
First start in 45 days. I would imagine the pitch count and the numbers will be frugal for Cueto. Probably 80 to 90 pitches, I would think.
Yeah, Bruce was saying before the game probably no more than 90. Did not want to push him past that. That's Dave Righetti there, longtime pitching coach with San Francisco.
It's a no-hitter on July 4th, 1983, I believe, for the Yankees.
2 outs and nobody on. Wong up the middle and a base hit. Colton is 1 for 2.
That ball is scalded up the middle. I don't know if Cueto laid a glove on it. Probably not.
Here's Harrison Bader. I was talking with Harrison before the game, and you're going to love what he had to say.
Give it to me.
I said, what were you working on? What were you told to work on going to the minor leagues? And he said, really an emphasis on base running. In
Really?
particular,
Get out of here.
running.
You said that, really?
Yeah, from first to third. Reading that, being aggressive, using my speed, and understanding that my speed can win games. He is one of the fastest Cardinals in the organization. He can fly.
Well, I hope some of that rubs off on the rest of the Cardinals because they're as poor as anybody in
Bader,
that department.
a drive into deep left field. He has done it, his first ever major league home run. Harrison Bader with a 2-run shot.
It's better when you run around the bases and not running fast.
He had 20 of those in the minor leagues, and Bader back up in the big leagues, a 2-run homer, and it makes it 3-2.
Boy, was that a hanging, sloppy breaking ball to Bader. Doesn't matter how young, how old. Talk about Harrison Bader jumping up and down. Got a woo. Watch a hanger. Ooh. Hit me hard, and he did.
He also said the other aspect of going back down was pitch recognition of a slider. And here is Paul DeYoung. They threw the ball back in, and so Harrison Bader has a souvenir. First ever big league home run.
Now look, let's get things straight. I don't think it was thrown back for it to be given that Harrison Bader by a Giants fan.
Well, they messed up.
But he'll take it.
He'll take it, is right.
You bet. Of course.
It's going on the mantle.
Or someplace.
Yeah.
In a glass case.
Here's a 1-1 pitch to Paul DeYoung, who walked back in the first inning. But that's a man at your heart, Tim, a guy that says,
oh, man, I'm telling you.
I love base running.
I love it.
In your mind, he's halfway to the Hall of Fame. This man loves base running.
I love base running. One of the things lacking in the game now. The Cardinals have shown more warts in that department than, to me, any team in the big leagues this year. In comparing them, they need a lot of work in that department.
It's it down the right field line, slicing foul and out of play. Harrison Bader debuted back on the 25th of July, and he scored the game-winning run that night against the Rockies. He's 23, 100th overall pick back in 2015. A swing and a miss by DeYoung. He strikes out, but Harrison Bader strikes with a home run. His 2-run shot, his first ever in the big leagues. Cuts a lead to 3-2. Ric Flair would love that. Whoa! Academy Sports and Outdoor Leaderboard, most plate appearance with the strikeout, that average. Joe Panik at 9.5. He is from Yonkers, New York, played collegiately at St. John's. 29th overall pick in 2011, Joe Panik.
Who was a longtime basketball coach here, Lou Carnesecca.
Lou Carnesecca. And for basketball fans here, Chris Mullins.
Chris Mullin also went to St. John's and became a coach at St. John's.
You think about him in this area, the Bay Area.
Sure. Played for the Warriors, I believe, right?
That's right. Was in their front office too, I believe, for a long time as well. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Panik.
Nothing wrong with that. Get him off the plate. Not enough of that with young pitchers nowadays.
He was getting that strike in the first inning, that high strike, that rising ball. Three and one to count. Has not walked a man so far tonight. And a ground ball. Bobbled initially by Carpenter. Flaherty to the bag for the out. Flaherty comes in ranked as the third best prospect in the Cardinals system, number 53 overall in baseball. And it brings in Buster Posey. He's got a long ways to go in his career. He's already a 5-time All-Star, 3 Silver Sluggers.
Not that old either.
Won the Gold Glove last year. He's been the Rookie of the Year, MVP, Up the middle, Wong backhands to first and safe. Carpenter couldn't pick it. Tremendous effort by Colton Wong. He winds up into shallow left field. If that ball was picked, he might have been out. Been very close.
Maybe. This Wong had a long way to go. Ends up in shallow left field after that throw. Posey not a fast runner. Terrific play, but Carpenter couldn't hold it. Second hit for Posey.
The red hot Brandon Crawford. Long home run in right center back in the second inning.
I mean, if you're Brandon Crawford, you homered off a breaking ball. So that's the that should be the last thing in your mind at this at bat. Matter of fact, it's sometimes good policy if you're a catcher to the first pitch throw that breaking ball again to show him that all bets are off. Maybe.
Here's a 1-0. Really struggling with that breaking ball.
Yeah, from the stretch. Most pitchers have a difficult time throwing the good breaking ball from the stretch because they need that extra wind-up kick to get on top of the ball and get the follow through. Most of his breaking balls from the stretch tonight have been outside.
Hanging breaking ball again. All the way to the wall. Posey to third. And it's runners second and third. One out.
Well, again, having trouble with that breaking ball from the stretch. A hanger right here up in the eyes of Brandon Crawford. So Crawford is homered on a slider and doubled on a curve.
That slider is an effective pitch, especially against a guy like Hunter Pence.
Yeah,
if you don't have it,
right,
could be asking for trouble.
Cardinal infield back, and that's appropriate, being only behind by 1 run.
Pence a base hit to left, run scored. With runners on, 314 to 6 home runs. Second and third and 1 out. Base hit into right center. 2 runs will score. That goes all the way to the wall. Pence to third with a triple. I would think that Mike Matheny has got to get the bullpen going.
Oh, sure. Sure, a 5-2 ball game. This ball up and away. Not too many right-handed batters can hit that ball on a line. Some drive it the other way, but not get on top of it. But that is the triple alley that Dan referred to earlier in the game. Ball hit by Crawford over triple alley. That one into triple alley.
It's John Gant, the right-hander. Infield in for Jared Parker. Fly to left first time up. 5-2 our score.
Good fastball on the corner from Flaherty with that pitch. Obviously needs a pop-up or a strikeout here.
Here's a 1-1. Molina calls time. 2 balls and a strike.
Molina wanted a fastball inside. He got it up and way inside.
Infield in, and the 2-1 pitch. Just missed, and it's 3-1. Looked to be a pretty good pitch. Let's take a look. That's a strike.
Yep. But for the most part, Tom Woodring, and they're putting Jared Parker on intentionally. But for the most part, Woodring has called a pretty good game behind the plate.
So runners at the corners. Ryder Jones. A single to right first time up. Middle infield about halfway. Ball one. John Gant, who's getting loose, could be a guy that gives you multiple innings tonight. Has been used as a starter at Memphis.
It's funny, but if that 2-1 pitch, that slider, were a strike, he wouldn't have been walked intentionally.
No question. A ball and a strike on Ryder Jones. It was a single, double, triple. Posey, Crawford, Pence. Boom, boom, boom to make it 5-2. One and two the count. Johnny Cueto on deck.
Flaherty really finished that breaking ball.
Sure did.
Heard pitchers talk about when they throw the breaking ball, it's like pulling blinds down. It's a good visual image for pitchers who have a tough time finishing.
And the 1-2 pitch to Jones. Got him. Fourth strikeout of the night for Flaherty, and it brings in Johnny Cueto.
Like a breaking ball. Of course, with those pitchers who are not domestically inclined, as far as pulling blinds down are concerned, maybe they perhaps don't know what it's like to pull blinds down.
Just going to say they do. I'm going to take it for granted.
Yeah.
Runner goes. That's Parker, and fouled back by Cueto.
That's a risky play, because if Parker's thrown out, then Cueto leads off the inning.
The only issue is the Cardinals aren't holding him on, so his jump is halfway down to second.
Well, so why aren't they holding him on? He's going to go again.
Only thing I can think of is that they feel that Cueto cannot pull the baseball, so put Carpenter in a better fielder's spot.
Cueto has a home run this year, a couple of doubles. I don't know.
And the 0-2 struck him out. So back-to-back strikeouts. We'll see if Flaherty can't settle in after this. Gives up a couple of runs, and it's 5-2 as we head to the fourth. entering with a ticket will take home a limited edition Cardinals pup, courtesy of Build-A-Bear in the workshop. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions. Back in San Francisco, along with Tim McCarver, I'm Dan McLaughlin. Jim Hayes is here as well. 5-2 our score. The major league debut of Jack Flaherty. It'll be Carpenter, Molina, and Piscotty for the Cardinals here in the top of the fourth. One ball and one strike. It was this date, 1967. Gaylord Perry went 16 innings. 16.
You were telling me that before the game. I don't remember that happening.
Won the game 1-0 against Cincinnati. 16 innings. He goes the distance.
That was a good Cincinnati team then, too.
And only one run in the 16 innings total. The statue of Gaylord Perry here. 134 wins with the Giants. Pitched with 7 different clubs. Went into the Hall of Fame in 1991 wearing, though, the Giant cap. In a way, played second fiddle to Juan Marichal all those years. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Dominican dandy. What a pitcher he was. Throw you 2-ball and no strikes screwball with the bases loaded to a left-hander.
Gaylord Perry pitches a no-hitter against the Cardinals. Night game on a Tuesday, and on a Wednesday day game the Cardinals return the favor with Ray Washburn. But you didn't catch that game.
No, I was on the wrong end of both of those no-hitters. I played in the one pitched against us on that Tuesday night and was an observer the next day when Ray Washburn no-hit the Giants within 24 hours. 2 no-hitters pitched by opposing teams.
I was looking at Gaylord Perry's afternoon. There were 2 balls that were hit into the outfield in that game, that night game, I should say. And in the 9th inning, it was Bobby Tolan, Lou Brock, and Kurt Flood.
What was I forgot the score of that game.
Not sure. I need to go back and look.
Like 3 or 4 to nothing, something like that, probably.
We spoke to Willie McCovey tonight,
yeah.
and he made the last out in the no-hitter by Ray Washburn.
Yeah, he remembered it, and he said, "You remember that thing, Tim?" I said, "That's my job now, just to remember things."
It's great.
He comes to every game here at AT&T Park. Never misses a game.
No, he told us to come back tomorrow.
Yeah, he did. Stretch, 521 home runs during his magnificent career. Just an absolute idol. I mean, how many guys have a cove named after them? McCovey Cove.
Right center off the bat of Molina. Span racing after it. Won't get there. And that's triples alley. Come on, Yachty. He's thinking 3. He's got 3. A triple for Yadier Molina.
Boy, he hit that ball a long way. That ball kept carrying, and carrying. And Yachty has his 3rd triple of the year. Ball finds a gap in right center. That ball hit awfully high for it to drop. You'd think that Span would have been toward right field, but now you know the Giant infield can play back and still come home with a hard hit ground ball, even though they have a 3-run lead.
Here's Piscotty. Back to Cueto, and Molina in trouble. He's in a rundown.
The Scotty's got to get to second base.
Throw to second, and they got him there. Couldn't go any worse for the Cardinals. Wow.
Oh, boy.
One, 5, 4.
Back to Cueto, so it went 1-5-6 on the double play. Cueto going to the third baseman. Actually, the second baseman was covering. But there is, you know, in MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art here in San Francisco, Edvard Munch, the great artist from, I think he's from the Netherlands, his most famous painting was The Scream. If you may remember, about 4 years ago, it was stolen from a museum up in the northern part of Europe. And I can't think of a more appropriate poster for Cardinal fans this year. Some of the base running the Cardinals have had is scream, because that's what you want to do after some of these plays.
In a way, a play like that sums up this season.
Yeah, it does.
What in the world made you think of getting that painting?
Because I'm going to that exhibit on Monday.
All right.
Munch, Edvard Munch, Scream. He's a famous artist, Dan. I mean, MoMA, come on.
Hold on.
Okay.
Calm down just a second.
All right. What do you mean calm down?
Well, calm down. Now, here's the deal. I just had to know where the background was with the painting and why you applied it to this. Now I understand.
Well, it's time to scream.
It is.
Sometimes.
Wow.
Took a while to get there, but
no, it worked. Nice work.
Nice work if you can get it. You can get it if you try.
Oh, man.
Norway is his home country, by the way.
That play.
That was a tough play.
Oof.
One out, Molina on at third base. A fly ball scores him. Ground ball back to Cueto. You had the infield deep. So even a ground ball hit that way to any infielder would have scored Molina. But not so. No runs scored in that inning.
Tapped foul by Tomlinson. Fly to right, grounded out to short.
Edvard Munch.
Got it.
M-U-N-C-H.
I'm
Munch.
in.
All right.
If I wasn't in San Diego, I'd go with you.
I might get you a print
That'd be great.
of a screen. So anytime you can kind of hold that up, it's good therapy for you.
Something bad in the game happens, I just go to that painting.
You go to the painting, sure.
And that takes everything out. My frustrations are expressed in that painting.
I think it's a yes, perhaps. I don't know for sure, but we can try it with you. Because you need therapy at times. So do I.
I was going to say.
No kidding. I include myself.
Welcome, Kettle.
Yes.
It's 6 strikeouts for Flaherty. And it brings in Joe Panic, who's 0 for 2. You're on a roll, brother.
Oh, I'm not on a roll. We just try to have as much fun as we can. And sometimes there are dire circumstances, and trying to have fun just doesn't work.
Got to do it.
Yeah, got to do it. Can't get too serious.
You want to scream, don't you?
I do.
Take the headset off if you need to do it.
Between innings.
Between innings.
Have the fans who are very close here. Look up and say, Edvard Munch. Edvard Munch. Norway. Painter. MoMA.
See, you have culture in your life. I would have thought of the movie Scream.
Well,
It's kind of a horror flick.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
certainly not a uplifting
Well, that's
film.
what I mean. This painting is not exactly
Uplifting.
a day. No, it's not. No.
2-2 the count. The 2-2. And a ground ball that's pulled foul.
Meanwhile, a good inning for Jack Flaherty. Retired the Giants in order in the first. And then the Giants scored 3 runs in the second, 2 in the third, and he's retired the first 2 here.
2-2 the count. He has struck out 6, 3 2/3. Hit to Wong, and maybe he's settled in now. Makes a play. We head to the 5th. Join the ballpark out in right field. 5-2 our score. 1985 champion Kansas City Royals, their first baseman.
Yeah, Big Steve.
So the major league debut, Jack Flaherty at 71 pitches, and it looks like his night is through. Mike Matheny talking to Flaherty. As Garcia taps that foul, and it's 0-2.
It's funny, Dan, we're in such an immediate age of everybody wants results now. And if the guy has a bad outing, they say, all right, well, I don't guess he, you know how people are. Fans, broadcasters, writers, immediacy. But all you can say right now is bad outing. Looked like he had pretty good stuff. Fell behind a lot tonight. Sure Jack intelligent enough to figure that out. A lot of 3-1 counts, 2-0 counts. Change that around, it could change your career.
2-2 pitch. Up the middle, and it's off the bag. Oh, what a play by Brandon Crawford with the bare hand.
Unbelievable.
How good is that?
Greg Garcia leading off the inning. Ball hitting the bag. Crawford.
Wow.
Has about 5 feet, for crying out loud. What a play by Crawford.
Fun player to watch.
He is really a good player. How do you score that? 2-6-3.
There you go. Bag 6-3, B6-3. Who knows?
B6-3. Sure. Have a letter instead of a number in there.
Here's Randall Grichuk. 0 for 1.
For Greg Garcia, all you can do is come back, tip your cap to him. Brilliant play.
Mentioned we'll keep an eye on the pitch count for Cueto at 64. 80 to 90 pitches expected tonight. Jammed him just a bit. Tomlinson at third. 2 away. MLB.com at bat, your #1 mobile app for live Cardinals baseball. Stay connected, a fully customizable experience. Home screen icons, app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, and more. All you have to do is download MLB.com at bat today. Here's Luke Voit. He'll pinch hit for Flaherty. This was a different time of the year. Jack Flaherty probably still in the game, but with expanded rosters, you're plenty protected in your bullpen. And Voit sends one out to deep left field. The catch is made by Gorkys Hernandez, who just checked in the game.
2 really good defensive plays by the Giants in that inning.
Maker for the Cardinals, first-round picks to make a start this year for St. Louis. Lance Lynn, Michael Wacha, Marco Gonzalez now with Seattle, Luke Weaver, and tonight Jack Flaherty. A couple of baseballs that he'll have the rest of his life. That's the first pitch that he threw, and the first career strikeout authenticated by Major League Baseball already. Chevy called to the pen. John Gant, a right-hander, kind of a funky delivery that he has. Little jam shot hit to short, one pitch and one out.
How about that? Buster Posey has been up 3 times. He's seen 3 pitches and is 2 for 3. Yeah, John Gant with a very good changeup. He uses that primarily for left-handed batters. Show the fastball, go to the change. Good night already. This is like a good week for Brandon Crawford. A brilliant defensive play, home run, a 2-run shot, and a double.
Well, I can tell already it looks like Gant has changed his delivery just a bit from spring training.
Really?
Actually had a delivery that would stop at that point, then he'd kind of stop again and then go towards the plate and jump at the hitter. Had to be looked at. There were teams that actually sent video to Major League Baseball to make sure it was a compliant type of delivery.
Not maybe a balk, perhaps?
Yeah.
An illegal pitching style.
There's a fly ball out to shallow left, backing up DeYoung. The rule is this: basically, as long as you're consistent with that delivery, and he couldn't do this clearly out of the stretch, it's only out of the windup. As long as you're consistent and not trying to deceive every other pitch, let's say, but you're consistent in your windup, you can do that.
Well, how about a guy like Cueto, who's inconsistent with his windup? I mean, he's a guy that I would put on the carpet to Major League Baseball. He quick pitches, unusual deliveries and stuff like that. And he does interfere with the fluidity, if you will, of a swing.
Fastball at 95 from Gant. He does have Major League experience with the Atlanta Braves. He was part of the Jaime Garcia deal in the offseason. Jaime traded to the Braves, to Minnesota, now with the Yankees. That's low. For these last 2 pitches, where are they? Three and 1. Carter Capps has a delivery that actually he jumps at the hitter. So the right leg is a right-hander. The right leg is off the pitching rubber as he throws. It's one of the most unique deliveries you've ever seen. Literally jumps and is in the air with both feet. Lands on the left foot, then goes.
And Major League Baseball has approved that.
As long as he is consistent with it. Get out of play. Hunter Pence has scored a run with a single left field back in the second, and a 2-run triple in the third. So Gant back in the big leagues. Nice work. 1, 2, 3 go the Giants. We head to the 6th. San Francisco on top. 9th. Cardinals take on the Pirates at 6:15 that night. 30,000 fans, 16 and older, take home a Cardinals zip-up pullover presented by the Shane Company. And tickets at cardinals.com/promotions. Normally you would need that this time of night in San Francisco, but not now. It is really warm. Over 100 degrees in the city today. Steve Okert and Derek Law are throwing in the pen for the San Francisco Giants on this warm night. And the Cardinals have the top of the lineup in Colton Wong, and there's strike one. Wong is 1 for 2, scored on the 2-run homer by Bader, who's on deck, and then we'll see Paul DeYoung. 5-2 our score. Here's a 1-1. Two-one pitch. See how long that Mike Matheny wants to go with Gant. As you have the top of the lineup here, so his spot long ways away, and condition as a starter can get some innings out of him here tonight. Those of you that just joined us, 4 innings in the debut for Jack Flaherty. 8 hits, 5 runs, all earned. 3-2 the count. Got a little bit of that Louis Tion, Johnny Cueto.
A little bit, yeah. Good call.
Wong hits it the other way. Hernandez going back on the track and makes the catch. The State Farm perfect pair. The defense tonight of the Giants going back to the 5th inning. What a play here by Crawford. Behind the bag, the bare hand. Took a hit away. And then this play by Gorkys Hernandez. I'm sure Bruce Bochy is seeing some balls starting to get hit a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And with that, the activity in the Giants bullpen.
And once again, Cueto has not pitched for 45 days. So that in itself is, he's really in a position right now that Bochy loves. If the Cardinals get a couple of base runners, then he's got to make a decision about whether to bring in somebody in the middle of the inning or wait till Cueto finishes the inning. We'll see.
And the 0-1. And Bader is hit by the pitch.
Was that coincidental? No one knows. Did he hit him on purpose? Looked like it hit Bader on the left hand. Now keep in mind, Bader's last time up hit a 2-run home run. In this day and age, it stands out.
Really does.
30 years ago would not have stood out. It would have been it's the order of the day. That's what happens.
Here's DeYoung. 0 for 1 with a walk back in the first. Guys just got hit. They got pitched up and in. It was part of the day, right?
Yes, right.
I'd say even in the last 10 years that's changed.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Bader back in safely.
Don't want to get picked off with when you're trailing by 3 runs. Harrison knows that.
Chased a pitch up, and it's 0-2. Chevy Fox Tracks. Last year, Cueto, a couple of starts against the Cardinals, highlighted one of those in our open. He went the distance, all told, 15 innings, only 2 runs allowed. Be very tough when he's right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two and two.
Get the feeling, Dan, pardon me, that Cueto wants to get the young out away and not come inside to him. Of course, Paul has shown Cardinal fans that he can hit the ball out the other way. This ballpark, a little tough assignment. But
wouldn't imagine many right-handers hit a ball opposite field out of here. In the dirt.
Matter of fact, there have been 75 splashdowns in this ballpark, all hit by left-handed batters.
All of them.
All of them. No right-hander has ever hit a ball in McCovey Cove.
Bonds had 35 of those. 3-2 the count. Bader, your runner at first, and he's back in safely. Three-two, shallow center. Ball drops. Bader stops at second base. And the tying run will come to the plate. And with the left-handed hitting Carpenter coming up, he will go to his pen.
The only reason that Bader stopped at second base is that the Cardinals are trailing by 3 runs and you have the tying run up at the plate right now. But otherwise, he's on third, or at least would try to make it with 1 out.
So B.R. Chevy called to the pen. Okert coming on. A nice round of applause for Johnny Cueto. Bochy, so he'll go with Scott Okert here. Osich, the other lefty, still available. Recalled from Sacramento. That's their AAA affiliate. 4th time he's been recalled this season. Left-handed batters hitting .311 off of him.
That's usually a sign of a left-handed pitcher who does not come inside enough to left-handed batters, generally speaking.
Kubota power stats concerning Matt Carpenter. And the Cardinals in their history at this ballpark opened up in the early 2000s. The most extra base hits at AT&T. Pujols, Edmonds, and then Carpenter began this series a lifetime 400 hitter against the Giants.
That is the best batting average of any hitter since 1958. First year the Giants played out here at Seal Stadium.
Oakland, by the way, has also struggled in these spots. Runners in scoring position, 476 the average against him.
Ideal hitting spot for Carpenter. He knows he's going to get the fastball.
The 2-0. He got it, and it's a strike. All three pitches, as you talked about, Tim, have been away.
Away.
2-2. To our left down the third base line, there is a ton of smoke coming into the ballpark.
Either smoke or fog, or a little of both.
Carpenter jammed just a bit, popped up, and the shortstop Crawford with it to make the catch.
I remember at Candlestick Park when there were delays because of fog.
Right. I did a game when it was like that.
Is that right?
Yeah, they stopped it. So Oakland back in the big leagues gets Carpenter. Derek Law, who had been throwing a right-hander, is coming in, and our Chevy called to the pen. Baseball is brought to you by your local St. Louis area Volkswagen dealers. Visit VWDealer.com. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all for less. So Derek Law is the new pitcher. Recalled from AAA tonight. Second time he's been with San Francisco this year. He was one of their top rookies a season ago. Appeared in 61 games, had 4 wins, but a 2.13 ERA.
One of the problems that they have tried to correct with Derek is that he has so many moving parts. Now that can be deceptive to the hitter, but it's also tough to continue throwing strikes. Went down to the minor leagues to try to correct that.
Well, you definitely see that in that delivery.
Yeah,
no doubt.
You can.
Runners at first and second. Molina has tripled tonight. Also fly to center. Represents the tying run. And Yachty hits it out to left. Hernandez came in, goes back, and snow coned it. stays with it and makes the catch.
Misjudged it and then finally caught up, and that saved 2 runs for the Cardinals.
In, then back, and just held on. Ooh. By Q in the Lou is Friday, September 8th. Purchase of a special theme ticket, you'll receive a one-of-a-kind country theme Cardinals snapback hat. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/theme. Second inning of work for Gant. Hunter Strickland, by the way, starts to throw for the Giants in their pen.
How many times do you come to this stadium and see at 9 o'clock San Francisco time, everybody without wraps, everybody in t-shirts, collared shirts, very few people with long sleeves. It is a rare hot one here in San Francisco.
I think I prefer it this way.
I understand. Instead of the chill that you normally get here.
Yeah.
Not from the people, of course, but with the weather. 4 straight balls from Gant.
So Hernandez is aboard. Jared Parker, by the way, left the ball game with left side tightness. Listed his day today. And as I always like to say, aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
Ryder Jones, 1 for 2 with a base hit to right. And there's a strike. Gant in relief of tonight's starter Jack Flaherty, who went 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, 8 hits, and struck out 6 in his big league debut. Carlos Moncrief is at the on-deck circle. Gann would love that double play. The 0-1 pitch gets the ground ball. Wong can't come up with it. It's into right field. Hernandez to third, and it's runners at the corners.
There were 2 things that added to that ball getting by Colton Wong, and I think the first one was the most important. Matt Carpenter. There's nothing you can do about it, but Carpenter got in the way. Watch Carpenter range far to his right. Nobody would have been able to cover anyway, even though Gant was over there pretty much in time. Ball taking a tricky hop. Karams in the right field.
Being Aaron Wong, his 10th of the year. In steps Moncrief.
I'll tell you, those walks, though, to lead off innings, they always get around. They seem like they always end up in scoring position so quickly, quicker than if you make a guy hit to get on.
Kind of the quirkiness of the game that happens.
Yeah.
It's also added pressure to the pitcher, too.
Sure.
Working from a stretch.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1. 0-2.
Good changeup from Gant.
He throws what they call the claw changeup. You know, you got the circle change and then the claw change. Just wraps the baseball with all 5 fingers around it.
Chokes it.
Yep. Oh, 0-2 the count. Got him. And a strikeout of Carlos Moncrief. First strikeout for Gant.
He walked Hernandez on 4 pitches and now strikes out Moncrief on 3.
So the walk, the air, strikeout, and now Span. RBI single to center back in the 2nd inning. Strike 1. Now, Tim, if you wanted to come to AT&T Park and have some of the amenities of being in your living room, you can go right behind home plate. You got a flat screen TV and the game right in front of you.
Classy.
And you love your garlic fries. Bring that to you. Maybe some of Napa Valley's finest for you. They've got that here too. That's it out of play. 2 strikes.
Get a feeling Span has set up for that changeup. Changeup on which Moncrief went down.
Oh, 0-2 the count.
Another big crowd on hand here. Not a sellout like it was in their heyday, but close to 40, just like St. Louis.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Cardinals Care has established the Hurricane Harvey Children's Relief Fund to help the children whose lives have been forever changed by devastating hurricane that has hit Houston and the Gulf Coast. Join the Cardinals in helping by making a donation at youcaring.com/CardinalsCare. Astros back in action tomorrow. Doubleheader against the Mets. And a fly ball left field. It's one you might want to let go anyway.
That's a changeup, and it's so frustrating when pitchers and catchers, when they make the pitch and the hitter stays alive by fouling it off. Those are pitches you want put in play.
Most know this, but maybe our young fans don't. But Kelby Tomlinson, the on-deck man, raced towards behind the plate to become a coach. You know, if the catch is made, runner tags, you help out that runner at home plate.
Sure.
You don't see that very often.
Tell him to slide, stand up.
Maybe you have to get Darren Baker out of the way in the World Series. That was unbelievable, wasn't it?
It happened in 2002. It was. Darren Baker now close to being a grown man. He's 17.
He's playing college baseball now.
Yeah, right. Dusty Baker's son, picked up by J.T. Snow.
2-2. Going to change the rules about bat boys and the ages of bat boys. He's playing at UC Berkeley. Talked to Dusty about that in spring training.
Across the bay.
This could be a big pitch right here on 3-2 with Denard Span. Runner goes, and it's a walk. Bases loaded. Boeing teaming up with the Cardinals to bring fans a great ticket deal. You can purchase tickets for just $6 when the Cardinals take on the Reds September 12th through the 14th. $6 tickets at cardinals.com/Boeing. Kelby Tomlinson is 0 for 3. Fly to right, grounded out to short, and struck out.
Kelby Tomlinson has 9 out of 10 stolen bases. He's only been caught once, so that means he's probably the fastest guy on the field. So it's going to be tough to double him up unless he scalds it to a middle infielder.
Brett Cecil, by the way, starting to loose in the Cardinals' pen.
I think what you do is you pinch just in case the ball's not hit hard enough and you can come home with that ball, because the Cardinals don't want to fall farther behind.
So the base is loaded. Inning started with a walk to Parker. Jones reached on the air by Wong, his 10th. The pinch hitter Moncrief struck out. Walk to Span. And the base is loaded for Tomlinson. Grew up in Elgin, Oklahoma. Bunting with the bases loaded. Pushed it foul for strike 1.
I don't know what that play is designed to do. Of course, I guess if you push it, you know, he gets credit for sacrificing an RBI, but that's a weird play.
Better show that picture for Tim.
Trying to figure out strategy. Got me. I don't know. Have anything to add, Dan?
I'm good.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we've just seen a visit by Molina. Next pitch with the bases loaded. The second place hitter bunting. And then the pitching coach coming out to visit. All right. And the 0-1 pitch to Tomlinson. Could be 2. DeYoung, Wong, double play. Get out of trouble. Sends us to the 7th with a double play. Started by Paul DeYoung, the turn by Cole Long. 7th inning coming up when we come back. Here in the 7th, the Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Missouri. Hunter Strickland is into the game. It's our Chevy called to the pen. Really one of the key plays, a big play in this game that went 1-5-4. It was Molina, the runner at third base, only one out, Piscotty up. And with one swing of the bat turned into 2 outs and the inning was over.
Yeah.
So Steven is 0 for 2, looks at a fastball and a strike. Here's that play that we're referencing back in the 4th inning.
If you're a Cardinal fan, it is not pretty. Cueto doing what is proper, running at Molina, tag made by Tomlinson, and the throw to second to get Piscotty. And our follow-up comments about your Cardinal fan makes you want to scream.
Sure does. Hyundai pitch arsenal, the fastball, slider, curve, and a split. 1-1 pitch to Stephen Piscotty. Average at .236 with the 7 home runs.
I'll tell you what's going to be interesting for the Cardinals next spring training with the outfielders. You alluded to it briefly earlier in the game, but there are going to be a lot of guys fighting for jobs. And I mean fighting for jobs. Talk about nothing being a given.
One-two pitch. I mean, the one guy that you know more than likely is back, Dexter Fowler, year 2 of a 5-year contract. Tommy Pham has had a career season.
Right.
But in terms of Piscotty, Grichuk, Bader, they have a young man that they really like, Adolis Garcia. I mean, there's some guys coming. Magneuris Sierra, we saw him.
Yeah.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. Get out of play. Now, having said that, you would think the Cardinals would alleviate some of that logjam with some trades.
Maybe.
In the offseason.
Sure.
More than likely.
Sure. That's always a possibility.
But Piscotty, number 1 on their list with outfielders, trying to get him right, get him back to where he was. Here's a 1-2 pitch again.
Yeah, it's kind of an accelerated program. You want to win, but in the process of winning, you want to get him right. Those are tall orders after seeing what's happened earlier in the year.
One ball and 2 strikes. Fouled back. Well, this has been a year-long thing. I mean, take what you want out of spring training, but Piscotty did not have a good spring training.
No.
At all.
Last year, 22 home runs, 85 RBIs. Decent average. Good throwing arm from right field. Playing a perkier game than has been the case this year.
High fly ball. Right center. Span back. Near the wall, and it's gone. It's off the seats, it looks like, behind the wall. Piscotty hustling to third, but was it a home run or not?
Funny, last night you have a yellow line on which to go, but there is no yellow line in right center field.
And so this is not a manager's challenge or a team challenge. This will be an umpire's review. Ooh, it's off the very top of the wall.
Off right in the crease. We talked about inside last night. We mentioned Ichiro had an inside the park home run during the All-Star game about 9 years ago in this ballpark, about in that area. And Piscotty busting it all the way, ended up at third, but that is triple alley.
I have a legitimate question for you.
Go.
If you're the Giants, do you reach out to the fan who reached out over the wall last night and bring him back because it was a home run? He didn't take a home run away. He caught a home run ball.
Yeah, he was escorted leaving the game. Maybe give him a free ticket to come to another game. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 9-pitch at bat for Stephen Piscotty.
And a good one.
Away from a home run.
We might add. And a very good one.
You know it's there. He's done it.
Yes.
Just trying to get back to that.
And he's too young for it to vanish.
Yeah. So here's Greg Garcia. The pitch taken low and in at 96 from Strickland. Brett Cecil continues to throw in the Cardinals pen. Here's a 1-0 pitch.
That pitch fooled Garcia. You don't see, you see Garcia make outs, but you don't see him fooled on that many pitches. It looked like a slider and a fastball count.
Here's a 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. AT&T 34 triples so far this year. They've seen the fewest home runs at this park. Not surprising. Coors Field, as spacious as it is, 54.
Big outfield. Yeah.
Osich, a lefty, getting loose in the pen now for San Francisco. Up the middle. Piscotty will score. Garcia, they get him by a step. That makes it a 5-3 ball game.
That was a good play by Joe Panik, who was partially blocked with Hunter Strickland's glove going to his left. Hunter Strickland's glad he didn't field that ball. He was off balance, and Joe Panik didn't go for it. Sometimes infielders are blinded by what happens in front of them, but not Panik. Good play.
Here's Grichuk and Jose Martinez at the on-deck circle. Ball 1. Randall tonight 0 for 2. Lined out to short, grounded out to third. One ball, 1 strike. That's well hit. Deep left field. Grichuk has done it again. A long home run. 3rd consecutive game with a homer. And the Cardinals within a run.
Last night, breaking ball from Matt Cain, home run, 2-run shot, put St. Louis on the board. Tonight, I mean, you talk about a hanging slider. This thing, it's inscribed, hit me hard, and he did.
Strickland, the 4th home run that he's allowed in 51 2/3 this year.
You know, I was just thinking before Randall hit that ball, not about a home run, but that if any visiting player were capable of hitting, as a right-handed batter, capable of hitting a ball in McCovey Cove, it would be Randall Grichuk. He has that kind of power. And here, I tell you, if McCovey Cove was in left field, it'd be in there.
That's
right
a splash hit.
Yeah, right. Splash down.
Get that raw power. So the tying run now comes to the plate in Jose Martinez. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 7th.
Mike Matheny thinking probably he had a triple from Stephen Piscotty, home run by Grichuk. Let's hit for the cycle in this inning. We'll take our chance.
Mentioned it before, the bullpen of the Giants and their struggles coming in. Recent play the last 7 to 10 days. Martinez fouls it back. You knew they would not go along with Cueto. They did not. 5 1/3, and since then it's been up to the pen.
You called that back in the 4th inning, Dan. Very nicely, I might add, partner.
So you want to be a manager, huh?
A lot of trips
nights
to the water cooler. That's how you get your work in.
Sleepless nights, upset stomachs. For Bruce Bochy, there have been some medical issues here recently too, last couple of years.
Yeah.
I know you know him quite well and you respect him immensely.
I really do. He is one. I mean, forget winning the world championship in 2010, 12, and 14. But to me, it didn't take that for him to be in the Hall of Fame. About as solid a guy as you want at the helm.
Here's a 1-2. The fly ball racing over Pence near the Cardinal pen. Out of play. Good effort by Hunter Pence.
That is really a good try by Hunter Pence. And it's so dangerous. That is really the only thing that's dangerous about this ballpark, is having the mounds in playable territory. This could cause a very serious, damaging thing to an outfielder. In Major League Baseball in AT&T Park, and the Giants should address that. It's just that play right there. You can imagine what could happen to an outfielder going full speed.
Dangerous.
Yes.
1-2 pitch to Martinez. In the air. Right center. Drops in for a hit. The top pinch hitter in baseball picks up another one. Martinez represents the tying run.
And here comes Bochy.
Thanks to Randall Grichuk. He just helped out the Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Missouri. So rough outing for Hunter Strickland. Gives up 3 hits. Triple homer and a single. And the lefty Josh Osich coming in to face Colton Wong when we come back. on the air tomorrow with the 2:30, the pregame show, the Cardinals and the Giants. And that'll be game 3. Josh Osich, lefties hitting .219 against him, but it has been a rough go here lately. 13 appearances. His last 6 1/3, 15 hits, 13 runs, 12 of those earned.
That's at the top of the order for the Giants this winter, is to get a left-handed reliever and a good one. Of course, that could be true for a lot of teams.
Pitch arsenal on Osich, 2 balls, no strikes. The Hyundai pitch arsenal. We've talked about it a lot. Wong has been much improved this year against left-handed pitching.
Thinking left field.
3-0.
Oh, it's maddening for a manager. You bring in a guy and he throws 3 straight balls in a 1-run game with a man on first. Maddening. Makes you want to scream.
Get the picture. Here's a 3-0 to Colton Wong. 3-1. Plaza Tire Service. This could be just a 1-batter appearance again for
Probably.
Osich, and then go right back to the pen.
Absolutely.
He walked him. And here comes Bruce Bochy. So Osich walks Wong. The tying run in scoring position. Go ahead run at first base. And Harrison Bader, who is already homered tonight, is coming up. He homered with a 2-run shot back in the 3rd. And we'll be back with more in our Chevy Call to the Pen in just a moment. Is the new pitcher, right-hander. Right-hander's hitting .167. Runners at first and second for Harrison Bader. Back in the 3rd inning against Johnny Cueto, and this home run by Bader, his first ever in the big leagues.
Hanging slider that he'll never forget.
Martinez the tying run at second. Bader looks at strike two. He's inherited 15 runners. He's allowed just 3 to score this season. Very good with runners in scoring position. Opponent's hitting just 188 on the year. Popped up right side. Jones over, and it's out of play. Every game so important for the Cardinals.
29 left on the schedule, including tonight's game.
You play it out. Arizona defeated Colorado 9-5. And Milwaukee, Neil Walker home run, the difference, 1-0. As they beat Washington. Two and two the count. There's a couple of plays in a one-run game that you always go back to and you think, what if? What if the Cardinals do challenge that play at third base, which led to a run early on? And what if, with the play with Steven Piscotty again, with a runner at third, only 1 out, turned into 2 outs and the threat was through?
The thing is, the Cardinals have played a lot of games like that.
Oh, it's been all year.
Too many. That was hittable. What makes one pitch hittable and the other not? If the ball's around the middle of the plate, generally speaking, that's hittable. It's hittable area.
The 2-2. 3-2. DeYoung at the on deck circle. Big pitch in this game right here. And Bader skies it. Crawford going out. Shortstop puts it away, makes the catch.
Bader swung at ball 4, but that is youth for you. A little more experience. The pitch, a high fastball, couldn't lay off of it. Now it's up to Paul DeYoung.
Cardinals have played in 45 one-run games. 45.
And it has not been good, has it?
19-26.
Ouch.
So 2 outs and 2 on. DeYoung on the first pitch. Hits it out of play. Time called. No balls and a strike.
I think Buster Posey, and catchers will do that sometimes. He put the sign down and he thought about it and thought, timeout.
It happens, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last home run was on the 19th of August for DeYoung. Leads the club with 20. He's driven in 52. Just missed.
And you know you're going to get a fastball here. His breaking ball's not good enough. He doesn't have good control with it. He's going to get a fastball. To a fastball hitter.
Got the fastball. By the way, the 45 one-run games, and this is, at least for the moment, number 46, is second in baseball to the Phillies. They have 48. So we've seen a lot of nail-biting games this year.
Over a third of them.
The 2-2 pitch. Got him. Strikeout of DeYoung. 96 on the gun. Big strikeout for Crick. Home run by Grichuk, the triple by Piscotty, RBI for Garcia. Cecil, one-run game, 64th appearance. Really an up and down year for Cecil, especially against the lefties. A tough year in that regard. 360 they're hitting against him.
Pitched a couple of days ago in that day game in Milwaukee. Game won by that Deion Broxton catch on the ball hit by Randall Grichuk in the top of the 9th inning.
Well, you talked about it yesterday, where the left side of the pen, when you face the Giants, extremely important. Span, Panic, Crawford, Parker, Jones, all lefties in their lineup tonight.
This team, the Giants, a very weak team against left-handed pitching. Good, effective left-handed pitching.
Panic is 0 for 3. He's hit over 300 on the road, but just 214 here at AT&T Park. 2 balls and no strikes. Sam Tuivailala throwing in the Cardinals pen. Mark Melanson, we saw him last night get roughed up. He's getting loose for the Giants. Our understanding is that Melanson is going to have some type of procedure on his arm that will make him available, right? For spring training. But I mean, why not just get it done now? What's the point?
They're going no place. Excellent point.
That's hit the other way. And Panic is 0 for 4. AARP getting to know Buster Posey. Such a good athlete that Posey was a shortstop at one point at Florida State, one of the top players in the country, and then moved to catcher.
Pitched a little bit.
That's right. He was closing.
Florida State. Yeah, right. Great athlete. But I mean, if the Giants have a wild card shot or something like that, then you could understand Melanson. But with them going nowhere fast, they're already going to have a losing season. So why not get it done right now and get him a head start in spring training?
Now, we haven't seen him every single day. We have seen him when he was with Pittsburgh an awful lot. And when he's right, he's one of the best closers in the game.
Tough.
And just watching him last night just didn't seem to be right. Well, we'll see what happens tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike on Buster Posey.
Problem last night, he couldn't throw strikes.
And a foul ball, 1-2. Pre-game, post-game, or overnight, Hyatt Regency St. Louis at the Arch has all the bases covered for your next ballpark visit. New guest rooms, barbecue at Brewhouse Sports Bar and Grill, and just steps away from the transformed Arch grounds. Visit St. Louis arch.hyattregency.hyatt.com. Here's a 1-2. Posey, a fly ball into center. Bader, 2 away. So with 2 outs, it's Brandon Crawford. He's had a nice night. Great defensive play up the middle. 2-run homer to the deepest part of the park. Also doubled in right. And has scored 2 runs, 2 for 3. So he's back in the 2nd inning. And a long home run off of Jack Flaherty, who made his major league debut tonight.
I bet if you talk to Brandon, he'll tell you that's the longest home run he's ever hit. He's got power, but not prodigious power.
He first came up, you could knock the bat out of his hands. Remember that?
They were very concerned. Bruce Bochy has told me more than once, we didn't know whether he was going to be able to hit or not. And he stayed with him and stayed with him, and finally got stronger, more confidence, good base runner. He has made himself into a good hitter. Some guys have a natural affinity for hitting. They were born to hit. Some guys make themselves a good hitter, and that's the type of hitter that Brandon Crawford has become.
2-1 pitch. 2-2. Looking ahead, the Cardinals with Carpenter, Molina, and Piscotty coming up. Cecil trying to make this a scoreless bottom of the 7th. The 2-2.
Here's the man you want to get. You don't want Hunter Pence, the next hitter. Of course, if he walks Crawford, he may not be pitching to Hunter Pence.
Crawford is 6 for his last 40 against left-handed pitching. But it's a high fly ball out to deep right. And it's off the wall. Crawford to second base. He is on a tear right now. That's 13 extra base hits in his last 11 games.
And I'm looking down at Mike Matheny. Sam Tuivailala is ready in the bullpen. This ball hit a ton. Be a home run in a lot of places. High wall. Going to pitch to Hunter Pence with Cecil. That's the case.
And a ground ball to third. Garcia makes the play. So a scoreless inning for Brett Cecil. We head to the 8th. Big night for Crawford. It's 5-4. The Giants in the offseason for their bullpen are Chevy called to the pen. He's appeared in 7 games. He came off the DL back on the 12th of August. 6 2/3, 2 runs. He has not pitched in a save situation since all the way back in the middle of June. And here he is in the 8th inning of a 1-run game. It'll be Carpenter, Molina, and Piscotty. Bruce Bochy has already used both his lefties. If not, you would have to think that he would, the way that he uses his bullpen in September, he'd start this inning with a lefty and then go back to a right-hander.
Sure, but only 2 available, and they've only pitched to 2 hitters. Melanson, a guy who features a cutter. Matter of fact, as good a cutter as any guy in the bullpen in the majors. But last night he was throwing a lot of curveballs like that. That knuckle curve.
Carpenter tonight has struck out, fly to center, popped out to short. And a high fly ball lifted out to left field. Hernandez with the catch. Now time for the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Clayton Kershaw back in the rotation for the Dodgers tonight. LA leading 1-0 in the 9th. What a shock, has not given up a run. John Lackey a winner today, 7 innings for the Cubs. Gave up just 3 hits. Cubs have won 5 straight, and the Indians, they have won 8 straight.
That's without Andrew Miller. Very concerned about whether he will be ready for the postseason.
And it's not an arm issue, but a leg issue.
Yeah.
With Andrew Miller. What a weapon he can be. Boy. I'm not sure you agree. I would assume you do, but you know, you can use Miller like that in postseason play for 1 month, all your cards on the table, but to try to have that formula for regular season play, extended innings, time and again, reliever, probably doesn't work.
And Terry Francona knows that.
Yep. 2-0 pitch. Two outs. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Terry Francona has had enough experience. He's the manager of the Indians. He has had enough experience in the postseason to realize that it's a totally it's a different game that's being played. And last year in the postseason, he was brilliant enough to prove that. And he did that with Andrew Miller.
There's an 0-1 pitch to Stephen Piscotty. And a base hit. 2-hit night for Stephen. And again, the Cardinals have the tying run on.
Piscotty tripling his last time up and a single there. That good crisp swing, more akin to the way he swung the bat last year.
Melanson back in 2015 with the Pirates had 51 saves. Last year combined with the Pirates and Nationals 47. Those final 3 outs. Here's Greg Garcia. Picked up an RBI on a ground out back in the 7th inning. Cardinals have stranded 5 in this game. And the 1-0. Catches the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Even though Melanson has a cutter, he'll try to keep the ball away to Garcia. Make a mistake away in the late innings, a 1-run game, it's a single. Make a mistake inside. Came in off the plate with that cutter. He'll go back out there, I would think.
Last home run for Greg Garcia. He owns 2 this year, 1 against Colorado, one of the longest home runs hit this year, and back on the 4th of July against Miami. Home run was so good I got choked up. Here's a 2-1 pitch. 3-1. And Randall Grichuk swinging a hot bat is at the on deck circle. Three-one pitch. Hit the other way, slicing towards the corner, and it's a fair ball. This game is tied. Garcia to second, racing to third. He has tied it up, safe at third.
Cardinals with 3 triples in tonight's game. Molina, Piscotty, and now Garcia to tie it. Melanson, I thought that ball was going to curve foul, and it didn't. Gorkis Hernandez, who's made a couple of good plays, allowing that ball to get by him, and understandably too, when it hit, it just shot away from him. And Garcia has his 2nd triple of the year.
And it could be one of the biggest hits of the year. You never know.
You got a buyer here.
And here is Grichuk, solo home run back in the 7th inning. First pitch to Randall. He's taken high. Dexter Fowler, the switch hitter at the on deck circle. Nobody throwing in the Giants pen. Back in the 7th, this long home run. And he's now hit home runs in 3 consecutive games.
Also, Dan, what to keep in mind, it's very important to be on third with 2 out because Grichuk can get an infield hit for you.
Popped up right side. Looks to be playable near the Cardinal dugout. And the catch is made. It's a fine play by Ryder Jones. A Greg Garcia triple, as Tim mentioned, the third triple hit by the Cardinals tonight. Molina, Piscotty, moments ago, Garcia. It drives in Piscotty all the way from first. We've got a new game, folks. It's 5-5. Brought to you by Bud Light, famous among friends. And by Ford, the official cars and trucks of the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals have tied this game up 5-5, 9 hits aside. Young Jack Flaherty is off the hook in his major league debut. Dexter Fowler takes over in center field. New pitcher is Tyler Lyons. Last 18 appearances have been scoreless, 17 2/3. Here's Gorky Hernandez. Sam Dyson is throwing in the pen, a right-hander for the Giants. Oh, 2 the count. Hernandez came into the game for the injured Jared Parker. So Bader now in left field with Fowler in center.
Hernandez, as we said, has had some eventful plays in left field. 2 good catches, and then that ball that bounced by him that was hit by Greg Garcia.
Bader with his first major league home run earlier tonight. And the 1-2. Old foul. Bruce Bochy just stuck up his hand and swatted it away. Get out of here. That's a former catcher for you. Just don't know how much sense is up. Oh, hey, Tim.
Hey, watch it, brother.
Get out of here. Here's a 1-2. Two, a little bit low. Said it time and again. No walks late in the tie game.
No walks, period, to lead off innings.
3-2 pitch. Got him with a breaking ball. It was twice on 3-2. He went with the breaking pitch.
Yeah, that's what separates Lyons from most left-handers in particular. He will throw the breaking ball on any count. He's a breaking ball strike thrower, not a hard thrower.
Ryder Jones 2 for 17 against left-handed pitching. Nick Hundley is at the on-deck circle. There's ball 1. After tonight, 3 consecutive day games for the Cardinals, so at some point you would have to assume that you'd see Carson Kelly. Maybe even tomorrow. One ball, 1 strike.
Particularly with this heat.
Exactly. Hit out of play, 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2. Got him. Tyler Lyons, who struck out the first 2. Full day of baseball tomorrow on Fox Midwest and FS1. Cardinals continue their series with the Giants here on Fox Sports Midwest. Coverage starts at 2:30. FS1 has the Angels and Rangers at 6. And both games are also streaming on Fox Sports Go. Back-to-back strikeouts. And the hitter is Nick Hundley.
Greg Garcia, good move at third base, playing on the line. And the reason for that is Tyler Lyons' breaking ball, especially to a right-handed hitter with some thump, like Hundley.
Were you one, Tim, that looked at late innings with a lead, tie game, guarding the line?
It depends. It depends. It's not always the case. But in this case, you can make sense out of it.
Sure.
Because Hundley's a pull hitter. The breaking ball is slower. It's apt to be pulled. You've got a guy who's a straightaway hitter with not a lot of power. You try to protect against the extra base hit in the late innings. Because if you do that, you force a team, the theory behind it is you force a team to get 3 hits and not win it on 2 or go ahead on 2.
One and 2. One of those instances. Watch Molina here with a right-handed batter turn his helmet right there.
You pointed that out last night. I did not know that. It's certainly the case.
And the 1-2, a little flare into shallow right, and the catch is made by Stephen Piscotty. We head to the 9th. Coming up for the Cardinals, Fowler, Wong, Bader, 5-5. And the closer for the Giants, Sam Dyson, a trade that really has paid off big dividends for San Francisco. While he was with Texas, he was 1-6, ERA over 10, 4 blown saves in 17 games. Designated for assignment, and he took over the closer's role on July 1st here in San Francisco. They changed him a bit mechanically, found out a flaw, and boys, it paid huge dividends for them.
Who is they? They is Mark Gardner, the bullpen coach of the Giants, former major league pitcher, not their pitching coach, Dave Righetti. But Mark Gardner does a lot of that. He's much more, Dyson that is much more compact now in his delivery. There's not the long, lonely road, as the Beatles would say, of taking the arm way back, but keeping it more contact or more compact with not a lot of movement in his delivery. Makes his control much better. There's Mark Gardner.
First plate appearance of the night for Dexter Fowler. Did not start. 3 for 16, 8 strikeouts against Johnny Cueto, so he's set to begin this game. And the 1-0 pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fowler here, then Wong and Bader. Bruce Bochy has used 8 relievers and his starter in this game, Johnny Cueto. The 1-1 pitch. 2-1. He is left with Albert Suarez and Corey Guerin, available relievers in this game tonight. Two-one pitch, and Fowler shoots it the other way, left center, and it drops off the wall. Dexter to second, Dexter to third. Leadoff triple for the Cardinals. Dexter Fowler here in the top of the ninth.
Not another triple. Come on.
The 4th of the night for the Cardinals.
4 triples by 4 different players. One to tie it by Garcia in the 8th inning, and now Fowler, who leads the Cardinals in triples. Dorcas Hernandez could not come up with it. Fowler into third, standing up. A stand-up triple. Oh, there's something about triples, Danny.
Love them. The speed.
Yeah, I mean, you see a guy whirling around the bases like a vortex.
Last time the Cardinals have had 4 triples in a game, April 27th, 2003, against the Marlins.
Good going. Wow.
It was a ball game that went 20 innings.
Yeah, we're still in regulation.
Right. So here's Colton Wong. The infield is in. Nobody out. Out to left. Base hit. Colton Wong. The Cardinals have the lead. Wong delivers. 6-5 St. Louis. They've come all the way back.
First time that they weren't trailing was last inning. That's on the Garcia 2-out triple. And now Fowler leading it off with the triple, and Wong on the first pitch delivering. The first time in this game the Cardinals have had the lead.
Second hit for Colton Wong, on base 3 times. The 2 hits and a walk. By the way, you may have seen the golden spikes being worn by Dexter Fowler. For those of you staying up late, maybe tuning in, it is cancer awareness, pediatric cancer awareness around Major League Baseball. That's why the players are wearing the yellow. Wong is running, and the pitch is hit out of play.
Boy, what a jump he had, too. But it looked like the hit and run was on.
Well, I don't know. Wong he's not happy with Bader. He saw the same thing that you did.
Yeah, but I mean, he's 23 years old. I mean, so he sees him run. You know, you're not going to pay attention to him. Get a pitch to hit, hammer it. He did have a good pitch to run. Get it again. If you're Bader, get it again.
One ball, one strike. Bader, his first ever major league home run. That was in the third. The 1-1 pitch. 1-2. Nobody throwing in the Cardinals pen. It's up to Tyler Lyons.
Well, he just threw a few pitches in the 8th inning and retiring the Giants in order. Plus you got Denard Span, the left-handed batter, hitting, and then Joe Panik hitting third. So 2 of the 3 hitters that you know are coming up are left-handers.
Here's a 1-2 pitch to Bader. One point in this game, the Giants led 5-2. Cardinals have scored in each of the last 3 innings to take the lead 6-5. The 2-2. Wong is running. Hit to short. Off of Crawford's glove. Bad hop into center. And still nobody out.
We've seen some testy official scoring in these 2 games that the Cardinals have played the last 2 nights. If they give him an error on that, it'd be ridiculous. The ball hopping, hitting the heel of the glove right around the wrist. And it was given a base hit. And with Wong running on the play, he makes it easily to third base. Second hit for Bader tonight.
Also a hit by a pitch, so on 3 times.
I'll tell you, this puts a lot of, we haven't talked about this for a while, but if you're the base runner at third base and nobody out in a tight ball game late, it puts a lot of pressure on you. The one thing you don't want to happen is to be thrown out at home and have runners at first and second and 1 out. So you make a middle infielder, if it goes like you're going to go, and not go. You tease the guys, even though they're going to play the infield in. That means they're not thinking about the double play. Whenever teams bring their infield in, they don't think double play.
Here's Suarez. Lots of room to the right side for DeYoung. Rips it fair into the corner. Wong could walk home. Bader racing to third. He will score. And the Cardinals have put up a 3 spot here in the top of the 9th, and it's 8-5.
First ball hitting Colton Wong, driving in a run. First ball swinging Harrison Bader. First ball hitting Paul DeYoung to drive in 2. Bader is flying around third.
Young man can run.
Yes, he can.
So DeYoung, big night for him. His second hit to go along with a walk. And Suarez is now throwing in the pan, a right-hander, and still nobody out. And the Cardinals an 8-5 lead. Here's Carpenter. Inning started with a triple by Fowler. Drops down a bunt. And out at first. So sacrifice for Carpenter. And the infield will be brought in again for Yadier Molina.
Well, there are those that can say, all right, he's hitting cleanup. Why bunt there? But there are those on the other side that say, why not bunt there? You move the runner to third base. There's 1 out. You got a 3-run cushion. You know, Got Molina, contact hitter at the plate, infield in for the Giants. Sometimes it's not one answer that you get. It can be one of several answers.
1-0 the count on Yadier Molina. He had a triple to right center back in the 4th. Fly to center, fly to left, and also grounded out to short. 8-5 the score. Molina, base hit into center. DeYoung will score. 9-5 Cardinals. And that may be it for Dyson. Here comes Bruce Bochy again.
When's the last time that you've seen the Cardinals play this type of game? It's been a while.
Claw back into it and win it.
Yeah.
Potentially win it.
Yeah.
And Cardinals still rolling here in the top of the 9th. On 13 hits, his last 13 and a third. I didn't think I'd see it, but we're seeing it here tonight. The 9th reliever, and they're down to 1 in a 9-inning game.
Yeah.
It's Corey Guerin, who pitched last night, left for Bruce Bochy in his pen.
That's it.
And Piscotty looks at a strike. He has tripled tonight and scored back in the 7th inning. Single to left to start a 2-out rally in the 8th. Scored on the triple by Garcia to tie the game. The Cardinals have picked up 4 runs here in the top of the 9th. Sam Tuivailala is up and throwing in the Cardinal pen. I think the idea there, Tim, is that even though you may push him, you're late in the season. You get a save opportunity or a tight game tomorrow, you could probably go back to Tyler Lyons.
Well, the fact, I don't think there's any question about it. The fact that you're playing a day game, it's a 105 game tomorrow, quick turnaround. Day game on Sunday, quick turnaround. So I don't think there's any question about it. At the very least, you could use Tyler Lyons on Sunday. But if you bring him back out there, you probably can't use him tomorrow. Well, you definitely couldn't use him tomorrow. And even Sunday might be in jeopardy. So I think this is the right move.
1-2 the count on Piscotty.
Again, and it's kind of the first time we've talked about it in that regard. It's not clear cut sometimes. Managers have decisions to make that aren't clear cut. I mean, you explain them from a reasonable standpoint, and they're the ones that were made. And the second guessers have a ton of fun. Baseball more than anything, because everybody thinks they can play it. Everybody thinks they can manage it.
Broadcast it.
Broadcast it. Yeah, brother. But anyway,
I get your
it's
point.
just not everything is clear cut. If this, if that, little mix of that.
The 2-2 out to left. This may go. It's at the wall and it's gone. Stephen Piscotty. He's now a double away from the cycle.
I know it. I just figured that out. And
Well,
it
now you
happened.
know.
And it happened in. Just think about it. In 3 innings, a
The
triple,
7th, the 8th, and the 9th.
a triple, a single, and a home run. And if the Cardinals hang on and they've got a 6-run lead, he won't get a shot at it. So if he doubles tomorrow, would it kind of be like doubles his first time up?
No.
Well, it would be 4 straight, triple, single, home run, double. So maybe it'd be a carryover. Maybe they could give it to him anyway. Come
Why
on.
not? Why not? Change the rules.
Change the rules. Unbelievable. Talk about coming alive in 3 at-bats.
And
Out of the depths of despair, in a sense.
well, you think about it, back in the 4th, he had one of the toughest outs, 2 outs off his bat in this game. Runner at third, 1 out, and hit it back to Johnny Cueto for a 1-5-4.
From the depths of despair. I mean, my gosh.
Didn't see this coming.
No, we didn't.
11-5 Cardinals with a 6-run top of the 9th. Do you have any of those prints, that picture you had? You might want to give one to Bruce Bochy.
I will have those Monday afternoon after the visit Monday morning at 10 o'clock.
Here's a strikeout of Greg Garcia, who has one of the biggest hits in this game.
Seems like a month of Sundays since the Giants have recorded an out.
So 2 outs, and that's a look at the relievers used tonight, what they've done for Bruce Bochy.
Talk about timing, Dan. Back in the 3rd or 4th inning, I think it was the 4th, you start talking about the Giant bullpen and Cueto going no more than 6. And boy, has that come to fruition. That's the call of the week.
Just try to stay
Cardinals.
close.
Hey, right on the money. I mean, it has been a shelling of the Giants bullpen.
Carson Kelly at the plate, 0-2. 15 hits for the Cardinals tonight, after Cueto gave up 4 in 5 1/3. Little chopper hit to short. Crawford makes the play. A 6-run inning for the Cardinals. Sam Tuivailala coming on. This home run by Piscotty, just over the wall and left. 11-5 Redbirds. Tonight, our Budweiser players of the game. The Cardinals with 4 triples for the first time in a game since 2003. In that game in 2003, it was at the old ballpark in Miami. Fernando Vina was 0 for 9. And he delivered the game-winning base hit RBI as the game went 20 innings.
Was it a triple?
Was not a triple, but that's the last time they had the 4
last
triples
time they had
in a
the
game.
4 in 20 innings. My gosh. You know, it wasn't this game that I thought the Cardinals might not catch the Giants, particularly with their bullpen problems, stuff like that. But this flurry of runners, base runners, hitters.
There's a fly ball to Dexter Fowler. Denard Span is the first out here in the bottom of the 9th.
Cardinals batted around in the 7th. They sent 7 men to the plate in the 8th and batted around in the 9th. 25 batters in 3 innings.
Sleepless nights for Bruce Bochy, to say the least. There's Kelby Tomlinson, and he looks at a ball.
You sounded like Madeline Kahn and Young Frankenstein when you went woof. that was a good woof.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I did too. Only seen it 62 times.
2 balls and no strikes.
Oof.
Oof. One out and nobody on. 2 balls, no strikes on Tomlinson, who is 0 for 4. Key moment in the game when he was up in the 6th. The bases were loaded, and he grounded into an inning-ending double play. And they did not score. Here's a 3-0 pitch. 3-1. Take 1, maybe 2. Three and 2. Sam, a closer at Memphis, and he was the name that a lot of teams were calling about during the trade deadline. A lot of teams interested in Sam Tuivailala.
Not bad. Yeah. Good arm. Good stuff.
Base hit into center. Here's Joe Panik. Cardinals finished 2 games above 500 in the month of August. Last year, a 500 month of September. This year, that won't cut it. Cardinals have to play exceptional baseball from here on out just to have a chance. Hit down the left field line, slicing foul and out of play. Seung-Hwan Oh is up and throwing for the Cardinals in the pen. Lions a total of the last 2 days 26 pitches, so certainly could come back tomorrow if need be.
Well, the Cardinals scoring these extra runs in the 9th inning allowed Mike Matheny to take Tyler Lyons out of the game.
Struck him out, no argument. So 2 down, and the Giants down to their final out. It's Buster Posey.
Time for the Cardinals to have that mindset that really they have not had all year, and that's take no prisoners.
Posey with a high fly ball out to deep right field. Piscotty back, and it's off the bricks and the wall. The run will score. Buster Posey with a double. Cuts a lead to 11-6. Say what you want, but you appreciate Buster Posey.
No, yeah.
I mean, the
He's
heat
a
of the
pro.
day,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, it's
Absolutely.
easy for guys, and we've seen it a million times, Tim. You better know this. You know this better than I do. But I mean, guys will give away at bats. Long year, down to your final out. It's 11-5.
Yep.
You just appreciate that.
Yeah, he's about as professional a player as there is.
It's to the backstop, and Posey advancing to third. One ball and one strike on Crawford. And the 1-1. 1-2.
Good changeup from Tuivalala. A lot of times you don't have a chance to use that pitch. You're in a 6-run ball game. Might have been a choked curveball. One of the two.
Cardinals one strike away from taking the first two games in this series. Ground ball to second, rather cut off by Carpenter. The flip to Tuivalala, and the Cardinals win it 11-6. They come back in a big night, especially late for this offense, and in particular Stephen Piscotty. 11-6 the final.
Absolute flurry of base runners, base hits, hard hit balls, first ball hitting.
Ritchik, that long home run. Stephen Piscotty, his roommate in spring training. A 2-run shot. 11-6 the final. Much more to come here on Fox Sports Midwest. The post-game show comes your way next.